Christmas in July is my little gift to myself. I get to do Christmas all over again in the cold. In Australia, Christmas is obviously in the middle of summer. We swelter through the day and we love nothing better than a rainy Christmas day because it allows us to enjoy our baked dinner. Yes, we still have a hot meal most years. There's a lot of seafood, generally at one meal, and breakfast is also a really big deal in our house. So Christmas in July gives us the chance to just enjoy that beautiful nostalgic feel. That's not even nostalgia because we didn't grow up with snow, but we are fed a constant diet of Santa in his fur-trimmed coat and all the beautiful snowy scenes on Christmas cards, the Christmas carols, Bing Crosby's I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. Honestly, it's the soundtrack of my childhood Christmas. So the Hallmark movies that I am absolutely, unashamedly addicted to as an adult all feature seemingly the same little small town in Middle America and the snow and all the Christmas decorations. And that is what I just love. That feeling of Christmas is just magical. The little sleigh bells ringing, the silver bells, I love it all. We were so lucky to have a white Christmas. It was my husband's dream and we got to fulfill it with our 3 adult children and one of our son's new fiance, now wife at the time. So it was magical. We were so lucky to get in before COVID hit. So just walking down the streets of Banff in the snow with the freshly ploughed streets and snow everywhere, Christmas trees everywhere. I remember we'd been to Canada before and I remember my son saying to me, "Are you sick of the pine trees yet, Mum?" Nope, not a chance. They were amazing. Acres and acres and acres of trees, Christmas trees, just amazing. So that was a very special time for us. We got to wear our Christmas jumpers and just put ourselves in everything like a Hallmark movie. The streets of Banff were lined with snow. I was cold. I had to buy a balaclava. I was that cold. We are not used to temperatures like that. But it was just the most wonderful feeling. It was magical. We had lunch at the castle in Banff, the Fairmont, and it was amazing array of foods. And we really did feel as though we were in a Christmas card most of that holiday. So I just love the idea of Christmas in July. We get to do Christmas in the cold. We, of course, don't always have a fresh Christmas tree. My children do get a Christmas tree fresh every year from a farm, but we tend to have our reusable one every year. I remember as a child, our Christmas tree was a single pole drilled with holes. It had branches about this long, which were stick straight, stiff tinsel or tinsel on wire, and you poke them in at an angle. Do you remember those ones? One year we famously lost the Christmas tree stick. Who does that? How do you do that? I don't know. But Dad had to drill some holes in a broomstick so we could put the Christmas tree up. In the 80s, we thought we were so flash because we morphed into a plastic Christmas tree, and I just thought we were just so American. We had the hanging tinsel, which we draped over each branch, which was just like the Brady Bunch in my childhood. It was so special. Mum would even buy Santa snow in a can and we'd decorate the windows to make them look snowy. So that was my childhood Christmas. We'd be in swimmers pretty much leading up to it. If we did get Santa photos, they were all in summer outfits. It doesn't actually snow here in July. It's actually really mild at the moment for winter, but hopefully by July, we'll get a little bit colder weather, and I'm thinking we're going to have a bonfire outside this year, just as a little bit of fun. Maybe roast some marshmallows, not too sure. So, what am I thinking for my meal? Well, I always like to have a baked dinner because it's easy and I can prepare ahead. So I'll probably do pork and maybe a lamb shoulder again, although I did that at Easter, so probably give that a rest. We'll probably have pork and chicken and maybe some beef. I like to give a bit of a variety, and we're really big on our veggies. So the good thing is with the veggies, we can prepare them all ahead, and even though it's a bit of juggling in my oven, so I like to really plan out in my notebook what I'm going to cook, what times it needs, and how I'm going to juggle for that oven space. So for our meal, we always serve it buffet style, even though there's only 8 adults. I don't plate it up individually. Some people don't eat a lot of meat, some people eat certain veggies and not others. So I like to just let everybody help themselves, and everyone feels relaxed. They know they can get up for seconds or thirds, and most often everybody takes a little takeaway container home for lunch the next day. I'm thinking for the starter, I might do the individual cob loaves that I made recently. These were a hit. That everybody loves a cob loaf. It's just an Australian must-have at every event. And these individual ones were really great because there was no double dipping, and it's just a fun way. And it also looks Christmassy because they're green. So this will be the centerpiece of our Christmas in July table, because you just take the pin out and they're a little choppy to have with your tea or coffee later. This is something I do every year. I've actually had this one for probably 20 years, and you just keep reusing the pins and the tinsel. So you could colour it up and make it any colour you want to suit your theme. I've just stuck with the green and the gold and the red lint balls. Sometimes I do the different colour lint balls, and other years I've done toffees in really lovely bright colours. It's just a fun little piece you can actually take to other places, which I've done, and I always make sure I get it back because I need to reuse it every year. I've kept a few of the trees up in this room just because they're in the corner, they're out of the way, and I knew I'd be having Christmas in July and I'd like a little bit of festive decoration. And then it's not going to be that long really until I start my village for this year. Can't wait. So we've got no snow, but we do have the feeling. We haven't got the cold weather too much that we need to wear our thermals, but it's a little bit chilly and we can have that little bit of fun and festivities. I might even get some gifts for the grandchildren, I'm not sure. We don't want to make too big of a fuss over it. It's really just a chance for us all to get together, and of course everybody looks forward to the desserts. So for the desserts, I like to have a selection. I always love a finale. So tres leche has been one of our popular ones of late with the family, but it really is a hot weather dessert. So I'm thinking more along the lines of our chocolate fudge self-saucing pudding, which is really easy to make. And the added bonus is it's in the slow cooker, so it doesn't need any extra oven time. I might even make some of our Christmas cookies. Those cookies were such a hit at Christmas time. They're a little bit labour intensive, but really, really worth it. And it probably would be a nice surprise to have some cookies. Now, these crinkle cookies that I make are divine, and I really do only make them at Christmas to keep them special. But I think I might be able to make a batch just for Christmas in July. One of the things I'm really excited about is decorating the table. Now you might see the table here has got some jigsaw puzzle pieces on it. My husband's actually using our second dining room table to do a giant 1,000 piece jigsaw, and it's proving a little difficult. So I'm not sure whether that's going to be finished in the next couple of weeks, but because we don't use this room very often, this is where my village normally goes at Christmas, it'll be nice to prepare the table ahead of time. So I've got my Christmas crockery. I think I'll probably do a navy blue cloth because it goes so well with these plates. So I've had these for so long, early 90s for sure. We use them every Christmas. It's really special that they come out for the Christmas Eve traditional cutting of the ham sandwich or a prawn sandwich the night before. And then we will use them for breakfast. They go in the dishwasher, and we use them for lunch or dinner. Depends where we are. I was lucky enough to score so many more of these babies at an op shop last Christmas. So I've got probably a setting for 16 now and a few spares for breakables because my family keeps growing. So my dinner sets should too. I love it. It's very 90s, very old-fashioned, kitsch, but so full of memories for us. It's not fine bone china, but it's our Christmas. That's what Christmas is about, isn't it? It's not necessarily about the Pinterest-worthy table settings, but I really do like to make a wow factor. I love it when my family walks in and sees the table set up and just goes, wow. So I'd love to know, do you celebrate Christmas in July? Is it cold where you are? Is it hot? Is it even a thing in the hot weather? I mean, we've got no choice but to have Christmas in summer, but it's so wonderful to have Christmas in July because I get a second go at it. So thanks for watching my video through. I'm Shelley. I'm a grandma who lives in Australia, and I just love everything Christmas and romanticising every single day. I love the whimsy. I love everything about having a welcoming home and having my family here over a warm meal, and just the beauty of having everyone gathered around the table. So welcome to Shelley's Table. I hope you will subscribe and join me for further adventures.